greetings, ladies and gentlemen. It's good to be here today. Doctors, nurses, and distinguished people of the firm. I appreciate each one of you. And let me tell you tonight, I was sent here from Picayune. Now let me tell you a little bit about Picayune. Picayune's a nice little place to retire, raise your family. But now I'm from Louisiana also. Lived not too far up the road up here in Hammond for years. Then I got a chance to move to Mississippi, and I ain't never had enough money to get out. That's why I'm still in Mississippi, so don't hold that against me. Back in January of 2009, at about 2:30 in the afternoon, me and a young man we was cutting timber. I was wanting to do a lot of things. I wanted to get all the timber off of the little patch of ground I had. And I was going to plant me some fruit trees and everything. So I said, okay, that's good. So we did that, and everything looked so good. And I did that, and I piled me up a bunch of that limbs. And it was burning. I had me a little Boy Scout fire going. But it wasn't doing as good as I wanted it to do. So I said, well, and I messed with gasoline all my days. Because I was a mechanic, and I messed with gasoline diesel for years. So it wasn't burning just right. So I said, I'm going to help it. So I went and got me a little gasoline in a coffee can. Well, when I poured the coffee can, instead of it going on the fire, it went on me. Then I had one of those little, I call them Chinese jackets, with the polyester, you know, it sticks to you when you catch a fire. Well, I didn't know that then. Well, that done me in. Then I rolled on the ground. I remember that. Rolled on one of my dogs. But he got out the way. He done better than I did. So I got the fire out and run around the corner, and I said, Mother, I'm dying. And she poured a gallon of water on me, and I was still smoking. So they called the ambulance, and I went to Picayune emergency room, and let me tell you, they did a good job there. And let me tell you, after that, I got to Baton Rouge. It took me 14 minutes to get to Baton Rouge. They flew me here on a Learjet. And that's when I met Dr. Mercer back there. I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name right, but I'm going to call you brother. But anyway, I met him after a few days, and I was here. And let me tell you, this place, the nurses, the doctors, now you're talking about mercy. If you ever know anything about mercy, then this is where you need to come. Because when I came, it took me 14 minutes to fly from Picayune to Baton Rouge. And it cost $32,000 for the jet. Well, me and insurance paid for that, but that's all right. But I just want to tell you, in case you want to catch you a jet, it's spit you. But anyway, we made it. Then we got here, then my doctor back there, he told my family, he says, well, looking at his condition, his age, he's got heart trouble, he's been having a broke back, his lungs ain't working right, ain't no hope for him. He said at his age. But he said, then here come the little lung doctor, Dr. Shivani. And he says, well, he's got bad looking lungs, but I believe we can treat him. So they started out, and all of the nurses and everything, and I'll tell you, little Danielle had me the first night, and she said I was responding good. Well, I did. Then we get on through, and about 5 days into I got some notes in here, but we're not even going to mess with them notes. About 5 days later, the doctor come back, my brother back there, and he said, told my wife and family, says, you know, he's doing better. And you know, when you start trying to do better and you're doing a little better, they're going to start working on you just a little bit more. Then, if you don't growl too much, they're going to put another little effort, and that's what I call the mercy. And I tell you what, it was the best that you've ever seen. And I never had a problem with none of them. I did have one little problem from one of my nurses. I tried to pull my tubes out one time, and he taped my hands to the thing. I said, I'll fix him when he come back. I would wait. So he come back, and I kick him behind the head. So then me and him, after that, we did so good. He was in the Army, and I was in the Marine Corps, so we got straightened out after that. And he was one of the best nurses I had, but he was really good. Then we come on down through the line, and we go on. And let me tell you, I don't know if y'all ever been in these bathtubs they got here. They tough. And I told him, I said, I believe y'all got them bathtubs upside down. But anyway, these people that bathed me all this time and pulled all this skin off and everything. And you know, I got to thinking about that. I said, you know, them's got to be some special people to sit there and do an old man like me. And I'll tell you, they took an effort, and they did it, and cleaned me up so I wouldn't get no infection. And we just gotta need to stop right now and just clap for them. Then they said I never cussed them out no time. So I said, well, amen. I appreciated that. But I do want to read a little bit of scripture on what I think about that group here at this hospital. You are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid. Not do they light the light of the lamp and put it under a bushel, but on a candlestick, and give it a light to all who are in the house. And that's exactly what this group of people did. Then not only that, after that, my family and all the people that come with the prayers and everything else, it wasn't no way that I wasn't going to survive. Then I go over to Psalms 34, and you find out, and it says, if you call upon the Lord, he'll listen, and he hears you. And not only that, he says, I'll camp my angels around you, and nothing's going to happen to you. Now you can read that. I was just paraphrasing that, but you can read that. Then this is exactly what was happening, and you don't know at no time when you are entertaining angels. Now, I don't know if you believe in angels, but I'll tell you, we had some here. And we got something there. Then, over in John 14, it says, Jesus was saying, let not your heart be troubled. If you believe in God, believe also in me. In my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you. I'm going to go and I'm going to prepare a place for you, and I'm going to come again and receive you unto myself. See, it wouldn't have made no difference which way I'd have went. But he chose to let me come back here through the people of this institute here. Then you go to James and you find out, it says, if the elders will pray for you and they'll anoint you with oil, then I'll cure you from your sickness. Well, the elders prayed for me, and the doctors and nurses, they anointed with the oil, and look at me. I look good, don't I?